Go truckers, go Canada, go Patriots, go freedom. We're witnessing history in the making.
It's the Mega Man, and nah, that doesn't stand for hate. We're just saying it's time for education to be great.
Hello everyone, this is Make Education Great Again. I'm your host Chris Morris. Today's topic, truckers, patriots, locking down Canada. We're witnessing history in the making. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a massive story, perhaps one of the largest stories that should be the hugest story going on right now. This is history in the making. In my opinion, this is prophecy being fulfilled. I talked about this yesterday. We're going to definitely talk about it again today because I'm hearing that the GoFundMe crowdfunding source to fund this big convoy is upwards of $5 million. There's been some confusion as to whether or not the Canadian government has frozen the account, and I'm here to clear that up a little bit, or at least give you a little more intel on it. Plus, we got just updates from people on the ground floor who have been in Canada, who are in Canada, who know what's really going on and how many people are coming out of the woodworks. We got truckers from several states, including California. Shout out to California. You wouldn't think it would be coming from that state, but they are coming out to support this cause. It's time to bust freedom loose in this land. No more tyranny. Let's get into this. So this first resource I'm going to share with you, I'm going to go back to my girl Lee Dundas because she's a fighter, and let me tell you, she's got some good stuff to share as far as updates. If you need to follow someone, Lee Dundas on Facebook has a lot of updates on this situation with the Freedom Convoy. But let's get into this. Here's what we know so far. Colorado, it's probably a little higher than this, but this is the latest I got. In Colorado, they've sent 420 trucks to join the convoy in Canada. Georgia sent 675 trucks. South Carolina, 650. Check this out. Like I just said, 19,000 trucks from California, excuse me. Who would have thunk? Tell me God doesn't use the foolish things of the world to shame the wise, because that's not who I would have thought statewide would have been getting in on this. But let's get into this. Here is the update. If you can see this at the bottom of the screen. In fact, I might need to get my little face out of here so you guys can see that. Let me do that. There you go. Okay, we're going to read this because this was shared on Lee Dundas' site. This is a girl by the name of Samantha. She goes, you all keeping your eyes on Canada right now? Wow. Go truckers, go Canadians. I like to take the pulse and find out the truth. So luckily I have a friend who lives there, and this is what they had to say. This is from the people on the ground, all right? It is definitely history in the making. 5 million raised, and they are meeting truckers at gas stations to fill their gas tanks. I love it. People are lining the streets and overpasses. People are sharing their homes and showers. It sounds like the book of Acts, people. I mean, people don't care. Like, come into my house. You want to shower? Go get your shower. You need this? Whatever you need. They're sharing whatever they need to do. You need some gas? I got your gas. People are sharing their homes and showers. Even the Hutterites, like the Amish, are feeding them. So apparently, that people in America are used to the Amish, not the Amish, the Amish. And so the Hutterites are kind of like the Canadian version of the Amish, I believe. A common vision we can get behind. Canadians started to speak about taking their country back. Supposed to be 500,000 in the capital on Saturday. I'm thinking it's even going to be higher than that. Here's hoping it is, my friend. So lots of people saying this. Great stuff. Anyway, just some basic information on the ground. People are telling me that like the goal is, and let me come on screen for a second. They're telling me that the goal is, and this is just some of my comments from the Facebook video we did, YouTube video we did yesterday, that basically they're not playing around. These truckers are like, we ain't moving. You ain't going nowhere until all mandates are taken down and we absolutely have our freedom again. We're staying. So there's not like necessarily a timetable from what I'm hearing from people in Canada, and I'm just trying to give you some love because anybody standing up for freedom, Canada, you're our sister brother nation, and we in the States have got your back. So let's go ahead and just share a little bit more. I want to definitely always bridge the spiritual connection, of course, to what's going on. So yesterday I shared a little bit of prophetic, prophecy from a guy by the name of Barry. From Canada. He's called the Canadian Hammer. So since this is a Canadian freedom convoy, I thought let's get someone who has jurisdiction in that area and hear his words, because he spoke about how Canada is about to be going at it and it's going to get real, but freedom is going to win out. And so I want to share a little clip. This is a little bit from the man. Now, let me go ahead and warn you. Barry is a unique prophet, and you're going to notice in a second when I play this. As he prophesies, the Spirit comes on him in times, and he convulses. So as he's trying to share the words, and it's interesting, it only happens when he's sharing his prophecy or prophesying. It doesn't happen when you just talk to the man normally. But when he's in the spirit comes on him, and sometimes he shakes, gets frozen, things like that. It might be a little weird to you if you didn't grow up in like Pentecostal circles. I grew up in Pentecostal circles, so I kind of have seen some things in my own walk. Sometimes when the Lord has spoken to me in dreams and visions, I've frozen like in the middle of the night when the spirit comes on me, and then I can't explain it other than God does what he wants to do, how he wants to do it. So try not to be distracted by the convulsions that kind of happen. Just know that that's the Holy Spirit, and he's speaking prophecy. Surely the Lord does nothing unless he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. So let me go ahead and just move it over on screen here. I might come over in the corner so you guys can see me. But anyway, let me play this and just about 2 minutes of it.
Barry, they've been conspiring together for some time, and soon they will start to make their moves. 46 has fulfilled his duty in the United States.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
He has compromised the forces, beyond measure, and he's opened up infiltration, for evil purposes and done plainly in hidden sight for the world to watch. 46 is not in control and is not at the reins. Is it not obvious? There are CCP agents infiltrated throughout the American city. They've come in undercover, moving slowly, but positioning themselves from within. It may appear that you're outnumbered in the natural, but I assure you that you there are sorties being run in the night. They're testing their systems and they are, but there is nothing that they can do that will bring them a final victory. There shall be nothing that remains hidden from the light of my glory. 46 has been used. They have used him like a pawn. Treasonous acts against the world to see.
All right, hate to tease you and hang you out right there, but I got to keep the video a little bit on the short end of things. I'll leave a link to this entire prophecy because he goes on for a while and the interview lasts for a while, but it's an amazing gift from the Lord. This guy is. I've heard a lot of his things. It's interesting stuff. And so I'll just share that with you guys. If you want just some wisdom on maybe how to pray, I can leave a link to this as well in the comments. Let me see if I can show you this real fast. This is his Facebook page, and on it he has documented, basically transcribed prophetic words in blue, but in black he has scripture references to back up kind of where God's done this in the past, and just basically wisdom on what you can pray for. This is a spiritual war, and it's not only going to be fought and won in the natural. You have to have the priests on the wall. You have to have people praying it through. I can tell you story after story, even just recently with the debacle in Afghanistan and people who are our people who are left on the ground in Afghanistan, and some people I know who are on a prayer team. And it was amazing when they started praying, like, Lord, help them get through this gate, because we're trying to get them out of the country. Lord, try to give them success here. Even a bomb went off, and it was just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and these people were completely unscathed and got on the plane. An old lady. It made no sense when people were getting killed like slaughtered like lambs. When you pray it through, God gives you spiritual protection that you can act on in the natural. So that's just a little something for what it's worth. So I'm encouraged. I am excited. I love the fact that the Patriots are all unifying. I love the fact that people are filling up the gas tanks of the truckers coming into my house. If you need to take a shower, do what you need to do. It's literally like watching the book of Acts. They were all unified and had everything in common. And it's time to unify because we got everything in common when it comes to this thing called freedom. Okay? Whether you're pro-vax or not or against the vax, listen, we should have the freedom to choose what it is that we want to do with our own bodies. And that's just facts. That's just common sense. So Before I end this video, and we're moving right along, I want to just highlight something. I told you yesterday on the video, and I kind of read the what's going on in society, and I have to make audible changes at times. But I'm going to start bringing up this idea of school choice again, and how important it is. By the way, this is school choice week. This is school choice week. So I'm pointing out this. Got a lot of links to leave in the descriptions today, folks. But today, this is January the 26th at 1 o'clock Eastern time for about 45 minutes. They're going to be having a school choice week conversation with Secretary Condoleezza Rice, Representative Burgess Owens, and Tim Scott. Sometimes I'm not sure what to think when I think about George W. Bush and anybody that was in his cabinet talking about Rice. So, perhaps she's a good one. Perhaps she's not. I don't know. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know. But it's just something I had to just get off my chest. Tim Scott, I believe in. And it's just good stuff. And so, hopefully it's good stuff. The topic, the goal is good. It's something I'm behind. Because, listen, when it comes to school choice, when it comes to choice in general, it is a foundational element of freedom. When you have freedom, it implies that you must have a choice. That's why I don't like mandates, because they're not giving me a choice. They're like, no, you have to do this. It's a one-size-fit-all. Even though the research shows, with African Americans especially, there's more increased risk for certain things. So you can't have a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to especially stuff to deal with health. But freedom implies choice. God says to you straight up, he goes, I set before you life and death. Choose life that you and your descendants might live. He's going to tell you what you should do, but he's not going to make you do it. He doesn't mandate it like you have to do it. I'm going to chain slave you to do it. No, God wants you to have freedom. Love requires freedom. Okay? He doesn't want a robot. Okay? He wants you to do the right thing, but he will not make you do it. So we cannot do that to people when it comes to education. It makes no sense. Public education is, by definition, a monopoly. Okay? They are the one option that kids that don't have enough money to go to private schools, they are the one option that people have to get the product of education. It's public education run by this massive government system. That's the most funded, engine for government work that's there. Like all the budget in your taxes, like not all of it, but most of it goes to education. Okay. And so you have this, unions backing this up. You have all these people that are financially incentivized to keep this thing there and not to give people choice. And when that happens is you're destroying lives. You're destroying kids that are in these failing schools that can't get out of that school. I once heard this analogy, and I'll talk about it later, but it's almost like a kid's in the lion's den, and you got lions scratching at them. You got lions biting at them. They're getting maimed to death. And they're like, well, let's put some padding on the lions, and let's come up with ways to maybe deter the lions. We'll put some meat in there. Maybe they'll eat the meat instead of the kids. Get the kid out of the lion's den, right? Because then you're going to force the people who are doing wrong by your kids to actually get their act together if they want to survive, okay? And people want to survive and thrive, and that's just what it is. So it's just common sense, and it unpacks so many things. It impacts economics. We'll get into that in the days to come, but I just wanted to point out today, you got to check this out if you have the time between at 1 to 1:45 Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments about the recent development. How many people do you think are actually going to show up on Saturday for this event? Right now, they're projecting 500,000. I think they're already above that, to be honest with you. Oh, I have to point this out as well. Almost forgot. Glad I remembered at the last second. There has been some confusion. I had somebody on my YouTube channel even say this from Canada that, the government's up to it again. They're trying to freeze the GoFundMe account that's raising all this money for the truckers, which doesn't surprise me, and they probably did. But anyway, here's the latest I'm hearing about it. They're saying it's confusion. They're probably backtracking a little bit, but it says confusion after GoFundMe freezes $5 million fundraiser for truck protesters. So there's been a company spokesperson that said they paused the campaign in order to give organizers time to plan the distribution of the funds. So that's the PR statement. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what the company spokesperson is saying. So the bottom line is, you can check this out. We are not anti-vax. We are anti-mandate. The bottom line is this: the funds did get frozen temporarily, and you can see with since people's emotions are high, and you can go one way or the other. The bottom line is they were frozen, but I'm hearing that right now everything's on the up and up, and the funds are going to the cause as of right now. We'll see if that holds to be true. They're saying that, oh no, we just have to wait and see how are you planning on allocating these funds? And people are mainly paying the gas for the truckers and things like that. But anyway, that's the latest I have. So that's good news, I think. But we're going to keep an eye on that here on Mega. I appreciate you guys. As always, like, subscribe, share. Click that notification bell for more content and analysis. If you like what you heard, I have a link to my PayPal, my Cash App. I appreciate you. If you want to send a donation via mail, just shoot me at my email. It's megainamerica@gmail.com. It's in the description as well, megainamerica@gmail.com. And you can send a check or whatever, and you can mail it that way. We got diversity there. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you supporting the cause. Appreciate you listening. Share this video. People in Canada who are fighting for freedom, we are with you. Our prayers are with you. There are angels in position to bring freedom. Fight and do your part. Trust God and pray it through. We have to do all those things. As always, I love you. I'll catch you on the next one. Till the wheels fall off, baby. Peace.
It's the Mega Man, and nah, that doesn't stand for hate. We're just saying it's time for education to be great. And if we keep on doing everything that we've been doing, it will no longer be our freedom that we're pursuing. It's now time to teach our students how to think and reason. If we don't, we'll keep on electing those guilty of treason. So listen up, as Mega Man is about to spit the truth. Gotta stop the powers that are coming after the youth.